This may be the only portion of this video that exists. And I don't think I locked the garage. Back to the house. But anyways, I went from the boom mic to a flat mic. I have it on the front G pad. Right now it's probably working fine because we're not moving. Oh, I almost tipped the bike over. Lost my footing there. And so I'm not sure how it's going to work with speed. Definitely probably isn't going to work with the shield up. But we'll see. I basically got tired of the boom mic being in front of my face, so if I can make it work without it, I'm going to. If I can't, then I'll put it back in and live with it. But for right now, it's locked. I am going to give this a shot, see how we do. So, yay, another test video. They're always fun. Fortunately, these boom mics, they don't play nice with a modular helmet. Because, you know, you swing it up, you swing it back, and like so. And then, you know, it knocks the mic around. So, I even cleaned the windshield. Wow, look at that, huh? Beginning mileage, 52426. It is Monday, 28th of May, April 2025. And, we are off to work. Weekend's done. The mow's lawn. Lawn's mowed. I can't talk worth a shit today. The lawn is mowed. The trees are trimmed. Back in my riding boots, even though my foot hurts. I want to see if I can find a way to make these somewhat comfortable. This is where the wind's probably going to come in at, but it's a good test. So I'm going to see if I can make these comfortable and enough to wear, because my heel really hurts. I'm having lots of problems with my foot on my left side. Right side's perfect. The doctor keeps putting insoles in, but good lord, man. I mean, there's only so much room in a boot, you know. I had him put it in the riding boots too, because I thought, well, have the same setup as I do in the regular boot I wear, right? Well, the problem is there's only so much room. I think that was an oatmeal pie. There's only so much room available in the upper end of the toe box of a boot or a shoe. So the more you lift it, especially the heel or the front, doesn't really matter, but you keep putting padding, different things on, trying to help the arch, but it pushes your foot up to the top of the boot or shoe. And I had them in the riding boots, the Daytona. Good lord, I thought I was going to lose a couple toenails. It was horrible. And then, of course, the more it moved up, the more it squeezed on the side of the foot, which made it hurt even more. So I went ahead and put my Red Wing inserts in these boots, the Daytonas, those. Okay, can't see them. And we're going to get that a go. That is what we're going to do. In other news, if this comes through, I'm presently sporting a brand new chin mount from Chin Mounts, matte at Chin Mounts, on the front of this LS2 helmet. Good, decent. I had a little bit of problem. I don't know if it's because I pushed on it a little bit. They said not to screw with it for the first, 24 hours. And of course, can't not do that. I gotta screw with it. But I don't know if the tape's gonna hold it real. I'm gonna check when I get home. That'll be 24 hours. If I don't like the stability of it, I may pull it off and put some Gorilla tape on it. I got some Gorilla double-sided tape, which adhered this Sena one to the side of my helmet. It's not even all the way touching all the curves because of the curvature of the helmet. It hasn't moved one bit. I was designing or in the process of designing a new model at work, and I don't think I'm going to have to worry about it. This thing's solid. It works good. It fits in my tour pack. I almost don't want to screw with it. It works. Why fuck with it? But I'm still going to work on the one I got. It's maybe in half a year or so I'll have time to finish it. Got to figure out how to hold it and machine it. I got the programs written for some of it, but not all of it. Now, if I start small as stalk, it'll work out faster. So I got to try to write a square program. I'm learning how to write some G-code programming at work. I see it every day. But just because you see it doesn't mean you you think you understand. I understand it when I see it. I know where it's going, what it's going to do. But writing it on a blank screen, totally different proposition. Totally different proposition. Yep. And so forth and so much. I took the Rivco highway pegs off this bike the other day. Because I have to take it in for the service. And the on-road productions, which, by the way, dude, I appreciate your video and the fact you're taking it, but maybe next time don't post it until you get the fucking bike back. Because, you know, I thought you already took it there and got it back, and you're talking about how good a job they're doing when they, you know, whatever. And then you put another video up, I wish I hadn't said nothing, because they did, you know, other people watched your fucking video, and, yeah, they took their bike and made appointments for the bike there, like I have. And now you come back and saying, oh, they screwed this up, didn't do this, I don't have the bike back yet, 4 weeks. Come on, man. You know, I'm not going to post a video, I don't think, unless I know the bike's back about how this place did. That's just my outlook. I don't think you obviously didn't do it maliciously, but it is kind of annoying. It's a 2-hour ride I got to take now. I got to wonder if they're going to screw my bike up. Because I listen to you out of good faith of somebody else that does videos. I guess shit happens, but anyways, this gentleman had the misfortune of when they somehow took the Rivco highway pegs off or put them in, they broke every fucking bolt off inside the head of his bike. I'm amazed by that. Okay, I know one, there's some information out there that these Rivco highway pegs that were on this bike presently, Mike KLIM still has them. I saw a while back where people are having trouble, they're breaking off in the heads. Because when you have your foot on it, even though they're on metal brackets and they're pushing against multiple places on the engine valve cover, I guess I could see like maybe there could be some stretching of the bolts. That's what they're saying it is, so they're probably not hard enough. But if you broke all of them off, I'm thinking you try putting them in with an impact gun of some sort, like a 3 or 4 foot-pound bolt. They only need to go in there really, really lightly. I mean, you don't use you shouldn't even be using any kind of power implement at all. Just a small 1/4-inch ratchet. Technically, not even a ratchet, screwdriver handle will be enough. But anyways, they broke all his, and I was like, you know what? I've heard bad stories about these things. I've had mine off numerous times. I'm just going to remove these things from my bike, put the old valve cover bolts back in, which I still knew they were amazingly enough. And that's what I did. So now when it goes, I don't have to worry about them doing that. I don't even understand why they're in the valve train. Unless maybe they're doing this valve adjustment. That's the only thing I can think of. But, you know, I didn't want to take the chance. The last thing I need to do is have them say they broke mine too because their tech is inept. I mean, it sounds like they did the service. The recall is fine. But, yeah, that's why I hate taking my motorcycles or anything to other places that have worked on by so-called frickin' professionals who are just people who don't know what the fuck they're doing any more than I probably do, other than the fact they had a class. Not all of them. Some of them are very good at their job, but other ones suck. And usually, I've almost wanted to, I don't have any proof of this, so I'm just talking out my ass, which is not really what I do. I've had a lot of them have their little gophers doing some of the work for them, and the tech is like, yep, looks good, okay, I'm getting paid, have a good day. So, I don't know, not impressed by techs usually. And don't get me wrong, I've messed up my fair share of stuff on my own vehicles and different things, trying to work on them. I'm not a bad mechanic, I'm not a mechanic, but I understand the principles. But I'd rather break it myself. So, I don't know. I still haven't heard anything back from them yet. It's been a few weeks. I'm supposed to order the parts. I don't know how long this is supposed to take. Of course, then they also got to set up a time for me to come out and drop it off. Quite a distance. I may just take a day off of work to do it instead of wait for the weekend so I know I can get it done. And then hopefully they have it about a week. They had this gentleman's bike over 4 weeks now. I don't know why it's taking so long. Other than the fact that they picked it up. Maybe they just told me they'd get to it when they got a chance and they just put it in line. I'm going to make sure I want to talk to the management or the manager I want to talk to. I think his name is Joe. And just double check that, hey, my bike is coming down to go in this week, right? You're not getting it there and then waiting 4 weeks to get it done. If you are, I need a time frame where I can just drop it off like a day or two before you get to it, or a day before you get to it. And if that means I got to write it down on a day I got to work, then I'll write it down on a day I got to work. I'm not going to go without my bike for 2-3 weeks. I'll go without it for a week. I got to ride the Road King, but I'm not going to give them my Gold Wing indefinitely. And I don't think that's the fact of it. I think it's just the way it worked out for this guy. I mean, we are fairly close to winter still. Oh, anyways, that's where we're at. Hopefully this is giving decent audio. We'll find out later. I got another video on here I got to process too I haven't done. But anyways, the highway pegs, the roof goes are gone. I'm going to, I ordered a set of cheaper highway pegs from Shoei on Amazon that were discontinued a while back to go on the crash bars of these things. I'm going to give them a go for like, I don't know, with that, the offsets I wanted cost another $43, $44. I'm out probably $160 or less for these highway pegs. And they're kind of highway peg boards. I'm going to give those a go. I've been trying not to lean as much anyway, so these will actually help keep me more honest in the rip goes. And it'll be an extra board. And I'm also pondering putting floorboards on this thing. I know it takes away some of the lean angle, but, you know, my feet are hurting quite a bit. I think it'd be better if they weren't on pegs, so I'll probably look into that next. I think Gold Strike makes a nice set for that aren't too overly large and bigger than the pegs. And I'd like to find some titanium sliders like I got on these to put on the bottom. I might be able to make them myself if I can find the titanium. I don't know. We'll see. Or make them out of something else, maybe other kind of steel. I'm not sure how hard it is to cut and form titanium. Never done it. I know it machines differently according to what I'm here, but I don't really do much machining in metal. I do most of my machining in plastic. So. Alright. Well, I'm going to cut this off. I think this is a good enough test for this mic. If it doesn't work, then I guess I only got one video on this instead of two. So I will talk to you all in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.